Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, mostly sports.
Is this my? Whoa!
Whoa!
Hold on.
Because Blutman was on it.
This is loud as shit.
Oh yeah, we had Blutman on that mic yesterday. We had to.
Oh, you had to.
We had to give it the super mic.
Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jägermeister. I'm Mark Titus. He is Brandon Walker. Today is Tuesday, May 7th. We are live from Chicago. May the 7th be with you, Connor.
Thank you, Mark.
I know you're a big Star Wars fan, so I'd be remiss if I didn't mention to Connor. Live long, prosper, and may the 7th be with you.
Okay.
Star Wars didn't make 7 movies, right? They only made 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
How many?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jägermeister.
56 botanicals, 0 degrees Fahrenheit, Jägermeister.
How many botanicals?
56.
You lying piece
I want
of
to make a
shit.
sporkle, and I want to go through and do all 56 botanicals someday. That day will not be today.
Can you name one botanical?
I could, yeah, but I think I'm going to save it for.
Okay, all right.
2 things Jägermeister wants everyone to know. 1, Jägermeister is great. You all already knew that. 2, you've been drinking it wrong. Drink it ice cold, 0 degrees Fahrenheit to be exact. Ice cold shots of Jägermeister. That's it. That's all we want to tell you. So wherever you're out, if you're hanging with friends at the bar, maybe you're doing all the sports stuff or just mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with frosty 0 degree Fahrenheit shots of Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. And remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister, U.S., White Plains, New York. What do you want to talk about, Brandon?
I am not a fan of the Indiana Pacers. I am not a fan of the New York Knicks. I am simply a grown man who wants to be entertained. I want my sports to entertain me, and by entertaining me, I want them to give me moments. And the National Basketball Association is a league who, frankly, is in need of as many moments as they can get. As many good playoff moments. Game 1 in the Garden. It is set up. Last 2 minutes, you've got a tie game, you got a 1-point game, a tie game, a 1-point game. I just don't understand why NBA officials are so allergic to letting the game play out and why they have to take over a moment the way they did last night.
Yeah, the NBA knows better than you. You want those moments, but what they're saying is we're going to give you those moments as we move the Knicks on to the next round to play the Celtics.
Where they're going to get killed.
Well, where we will then decide, actually, we want the Celtics to move on to the finals, where you might get 1 or 2 moments in the finals, I think is where it's trending.
They turned a 1-point thrilling game with 11 seconds left into a boring Brunson closing the door with a free throw in seconds.
Yeah.
Seconds they turned that. And it was – and I don't know. The Knicks might have won that game. I would love to know if the Knicks would have won that game. That was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The Pacers played well. The Knicks played well. And I just don't understand there's many layers to this, right? First, the kickball. That wasn't a kickball.
How do you?
He kicked it with his hand.
How do you call that? How do you call that?
My only thing about that is it's the final minute. But a kickball is when the ball hits the foot, correct?
Yes, so you did not see the ball hit the foot.
If you do not see the ball hit the foot,
why do you blow the whistle and say the ball hit the foot?
You can't call that unless you see it hit the foot.
It didn't hit the foot.
It didn't hit the foot. It didn't come.
So my question.
It didn't come that close to the foot.
Here's my question. Here's my question.
How
do you call that?
I have a second question.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Second question. The second they got it wrong, my mind said, "Oh, they'll review it. They'll fix it." You can't review a kick ball. You can review a foul, goaltending, out of bounds. You can't review a kick ball. Motherfucker, why?
Makes no sense. Would take 2 seconds.
Why? That would be the easiest review in the world.
Yeah.
Did he kick it?
But
no?
it didn't have any impact on the game, though, because the Knicks got the ball back. And
here's the thing.
What happened next.
They hit a 3.
Oh.
DiVincenzo hit a 3.
Oh.
Now, there's that call.
Huh.
And then there's the worst call in sports. The illegal screen or the offensive foul when a team has a chance to win the game. I don't know when refs decided they're going to fall in love with this. I don't know when they elevated In that last possession, it happened in the UConn women's game a couple months ago. It happened last night. They elevated their awareness of the picks and everything to where I'm going to call this by the letter of the law, goddammit.
Yeah.
And basically, there's a lot of people online, oh, yeah, that's a foul. Shut the fuck up. That screen is set 55 times during a game. 55 times that screen is set during a game. It is not called one single time.
Yep.
And because DiVincenzo acted like he was fucking shot, the guy fell for it, called it, and had his moment.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. Here's the biggest problem with basketball. Do you know what it is? Flopping works.
Yeah.
Flopping works. If they would stop rewarding flopping, they wouldn't do it. But because they reward it, they do it.
And every offseason, it feels like there's an initiative to get rid of
Oh,
flopping.
we're going to get rid of this.
Yeah.
And
Or
in the regular season,
crack down on it.
in the second quarter of the first preseason game, he does this. Oh, wow, they're cracking down on it. And then the biggest moments in basketball, DiVincenzo can just absolutely just throw himself to the ground and fool a ref in front of 20,000 people.
No, I mean your point's the right one. That the people that are like this is a moving screen. First of all, I didn't even really feel like it was that much of a moving screen. Like on the replay,
you got to slow it down a lot.
They showed the replay, and I was like, oh, this is going to get overturned, surely. And then they said he was slightly moving, and it's like, oh my god. I mean,
Everybody's slightly moving.
If that's what we're calling,
We're on a rotating planet.
Great point.
Yeah,
great point.
Everybody's moving if you
all
think
moving.
about it.
We're all moving.
I'm moving right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. No, if they're going to start calling that, then I mean the NBA is you're going to start seeing games played 45-41 because every play is going to be an illegal screen. That's the frustration. It's like holding in football. You can call it every single play. Yeah. You're only supposed to call the egregious ones. You're only supposed to call the ones that
give an advantage.
Give a massive advantage. And by DiVincenzo flopping, the refs were tricked into believing that this was a massive advantage. Because if DiVincenzo doesn't flop and he plays that straight up and tries to fight through
that's
screen,
just a screen.
That's just a screen.
Yeah.
That's just a screen. What the refs saw was that is an illegal screen because DiVincenzo was put at such a disadvantage that he falls to the ground, and because of that, I have to make this call. And then they review it, and you're as the review's going on, it's like, well, thankfully, rational thought is going to prevail here, and they're going to overturn this. Nope, not the case. Because they remembered that it is the New York Knicks, it is the Indiana Pacers, but this is a league that does not rig things. Certainly,
I don't think it's rigged. I think
it's definitely rigged. I think
I don't think it's
I'm
rigged.
very
I just
comfortable
think
saying it's rigged.
I don't think it's rigged. I just think they're incompetent. I think NBA refs are incompetent.
I'm very comfortable saying the NBA puts their finger on the scale to have teams that they want to see go through. I'm very you can't like if. So the Nuggets, we'll talk about Nuggets Timberwolves, but like if the NBA is looking at Nuggets Timberwolves and they're saying we want the Nuggets to advance in this series, you can't do much about last night. The Timberwolves are beating the fuck out of them. You can't push a button that gives the Nuggets 30 points.
Yeah.
But when it's Pacers, Knicks, and you know, you can do these things. I do believe that, and I don't have a problem. Like people think you're fucking crazy. I think you're crazy if you don't believe it. In fact, I've said this through the years. I think the NBA is stupid to not rig games. I think you said it at the very top. The number one priority for you as a viewer is you want to be entertained. You want the most entertainment possible when you sit down every night. I think the NBA would be moronic to not rig every single game and get the matchup they want that for the favorable ratings and all that sort of thing. I think that's stupid. I think if they don't do that, I think Adam Silver's not doing his job if he doesn't rig the league. That's
fine. I just think, and there were some calls earlier, I do think if it were rigged, it would be a little more obvious. I just think down the stretch of the game, you get in a 20,000-seat arena, and the momentum was with the home team.
You're misunderstanding the rigging. The rigging is not.
It's just putting your finger on the scale, right?
The rigging is not.
Close call goes to them.
Yes, we don't meet with the refs and say by any means necessary the Knicks have to win this game.
You're saying close call goes to the Knicks.
The rigging is like, fuck it. All things being equal, let me just toss the Knicks a favor here. Here's another one. Here's another.
How many screens in the history of basketball? Going back to James Naismith, how many screens in the history of basketball would actually cause the bodily harm to DiVincenzo that he acted like that happened last night? 3? 5? Like, it ain't many.
It's crazy.
Again, I see on Twitter like, oh, LeBron should stop flopping. James Harden should stop flopping. DiVincenzo should stop flopping. It fucking works.
It works. It always works.
And
it always works.
It works in college basketball. It works in women's college basketball. It works in the NBA. And that's the problem. The problem isn't flopping. The problem is flopping works. If they stop falling for it, if they got better officials, if they even miss some calls due to not wanting to reward flopping, maybe they missed one. Maybe it's legit. I think for the betterment of the game, that would help.
Yeah.
I think that would help down the stretch because you have a 1-point game with 11 seconds left. You have an all-time finish. Pacers, Knicks. My God, can we not see Reggie Miller and John Starks running around out there? You got John Starks on the sideline last night. And you have everything set up for a perfect, beautiful NBA playoff moment. And the ref said, no, let's just make this a boring free throw clinches the game with Jalen Brunson. Oh, speaking of, great player. Jalen Brunson, 4 straight 40-point games. I think he's the 4th player in NBA history, joining Michael Jordan, somebody else, and somebody else. He gets one of the craziest whistles in the history of basketball.
It's the only
When
flaw.
did this happen?
It's the only flaw of the Villanova guys. The Villanova guys are so fun. They're great dudes.
Yeah.
They're great personalities off the court.
Yeah.
They are so talented. Everything great you would want out of a basketball player applies to the Villanova guys. Just one little thing. They flop. They flop a lot. Yeah.
And that's
well, as you said, it works.
yeah, like Harden, great basketball player.
I think my ideal
Flops.
scenario is flopping should be a technical foul.
I think it should
free
be
throw.
too.
And they should also call it even on instances where guys are fouled. So like DiVincenzo, you review the play. You say if you want to say Miles Turner was moving, fine, whatever. He was a moving screen. He was fouled, but it was a foul and a flop.
Mm-hmm.
He also flopped. So we're gonna call the foul, but we're gonna do one technical free throw for the Pacers because of the flop. I think that's the only way to fix it. And they and every single offseason they say we're gonna fix it. We're gonna have warnings. College basketball does the same thing. There's an initiative that we're gonna issue one. You get one warning, and then after that, it's a technical foul every time. When's the last time anybody's seen a technical foul called for flopping? And flopping is goes on every single game. It's crazy.
You hit it on the head. The problem is if the letter of the law, guys, if you want to say they're right, and let's say that is a moving screen, they didn't call it because it was a foul. They call it because DiVincenzo flopped. That's why they called it, and that changed the game. And ultimately, you can go 50-50 on that. Whatever. I don't understand why anybody would say that was the right call in that moment. And whatever. We can have that argument, but the kickball is not arguable.
Right.
It is not debatable. It is not in contestation. That was not a kickball. That was a fast break for the Pacers going one way. They said no. Instead, it was a 3 for the Knicks.
5-point swing.
5-point swing in the middle of a heated
How much did the
playoff
Pacers
basketball.
lose by?
They lost by 4.
Oh.
Spread was 6.
5-point swing.
Yeah, they lost by 4.
4.
Mm-hmm. Or you haven't? You only have okay. So
the
no,
5-point swing.
all fingers on that hand and all but one on that. That's
okay,
5 and that's
5,
4.
They lost by 4.
Yeah, so they would have lost by 9. What? What did you just do?
Oh, so I think if I did that right, the Pacers
Would have won by 1.
won if they didn't fuck that up. Huh.
Why were they playing on your fingers?
I don't know if the NBA is rigged. I got a little emotional there.
It's not, but I do think they're
not.
I do think they're incompetent.
Why are you so against the idea of it being?
Because I just hate the idea, and NBA is probably the sport where it applies the most. But I hate the idea of every time somebody loses the NFL playoffs, this is rigged. This is rigged. Like, why the fuck do you watch, man? Like the rigged crowd on Twitter is too loud and too everything.
So that's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. If there were ever a situation where a game would be rigged, would it be the Knicks over the Pacers in a situation like this? Yeah, probably. but I don't think. I think the rigged crowd is too loud for
the
their
Lakers. We had the West Coast version of the Lakers and Kings back in the
2002.
Yeah.
Would you ever watch a sport that's rigged?
First of all,
you seem pretty anti-rigged, so I just want to make sure you.
No,
never
I don't watch.
a
I don't
sport
watch
that's
golf
rigged.
because I hate rigged so much.
Okay.
He hosts the Foreplay podcast.
That was good.
It's a great joke.
Thanks.
Great joke. You can tell it was a great joke by
Because Connor
the
just
eruption of laughter in the room.
yeah.
Usually I just give Brandon like a silent I got that.
Way to
That
go,
was good.
buddy.
Yeah.
I usually give him a head shake, and he's like, "Come on, man."
Sometimes y'all laugh though.
Sometimes. There was one time in I think it was January that I laughed.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was awesome.
that was awesome.
I remember that.
I'll never forget.
Yeah.
No, it's not rigged. It's just like I don't think. Okay, so I don't think it's like malicious. I don't think the refs are like evil in the sense that they are plotting on the.
They're incompetent.
I don't even know if I do think that they get that emotion gets the best of them. I do think that they're fans of the NBA and they're like, wouldn't this be sick if the Knicks came back and won?
Because the problem on
I
a
think
call
they're,
like
they're
that.
easily influenced by crowds.
See how much juice he put in that call?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Here I go. We're going that way.
You think if that game was played in Indiana, they make that call? I do not think so.
I don't
think
think so
they. I think
No.
the
moment, yeah.
the moment and the garden and all that factor into it. But also, I will say this is why I sent a long text to the group last night to no response.
Yeah, that thing was forever. I didn't get through it.
Yeah, this is why I'm not a. This is why I didn't grow up a Pacers fan. It's because I identified very quickly that the Pacers will never. The Pacers are always on the wrong end of this.
Mhm.
They are always the phantom 4-point play with Larry Johnson back in the day when they played the Knicks. When the Pacers played the Knicks, when the Pacers played, the only time like the Pacers I remember growing up when the Pacers got away with something was Reggie Miller pushed off of Jordan to hit that game winner. Was that 98 Eastern Conference Finals,
Yeah.
I want to say?
Yeah.
But otherwise, the Pacers always exist to be fucked by the refs, to be like not good enough to beat the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, the Jordan Bulls, the LeBron Heat. Like they're always
Right there.
line them up so the real team can knock them down. Yeah, and yeah, last night all those memories came flooding back. Where it's like people ask me, they're like, "Dude, you love basketball. You grew up in Indiana. Why don't you like the Pacers?" One, I never loved Reggie that much because Reggie flopped and whined, and I was never really a Reggie Miller guy. But two, I identified very quickly. I was like, dude, the Pacers are never gonna. The only way a small market can win is if you just get lucky as fuck, getting like a Giannis type or, knocking it out of the park with the draft. But otherwise, yeah, like it's so much harder for the Indiana Pacers to get respect.
They got a bigger problem than last night's game. How hurting is Haliburton? Is he hurt?
Was that a joke?
Is he hurt?
We're supposed to like. I don't know. I think he's got.
He
like,
took 6 shots.
He's got the yips or something.
He took 6 shots.
Passed up a lot of
he's
shots.
their
down the
best
stretch.
player.
Yep.
And I saw something that he's not right. He's hurting. Okay, well, if he's out there, he needs to shoot more than 6
Yeah.
times. Like he's if he's physically out there, figure something out.
The same thing with Murray too, because Murray, it feels like his calf is not 100%.
That's
but I
fine.
was saying that about Kawhi. I was saying that about Embiid. Like I've gotten to a point where playing through injury to me is no longer admirable. If you're not good, like I don't look at guys that are hurt and say like, well, he's only 60%. He's giving it all he has. It's like if you're fucking up the team, dude, then get off the court. If you're not going to be 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Haliburton. It felt like it's one thing to not shoot a lot because he is, he's the best. He leads the league in assists. He's an assist
But
guy.
he
and
did
all
that
this.
while shooting.
Yeah, but it's not so like there is a world where he doesn't shoot a lot and it's not a problem. But last night he was passing up wide open shots. It was crazy.
6 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 turnovers. Like he's not out there. Plus minus was minus 12. He's just not even out there right now, which is okay. But I feel like you could just slide Nimhard over.
Yeah, you have Nimhard
And bring somebody-
You have
yeah.
McConnell.
Yeah.
You have other options. That's the thing too. Is like Haliburton is the best player on the team, but
Yeah, if he's not going to help you, he's not going to help you.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
It's
averages
weird.
20, or at least he got 20 in the regular season. He's only had above 20 in this playoffs once, and it was like I think he scored 24.
So is he broken?
I don't know. It's just been very strange to watch. And yesterday, yeah, it was very disappointing. I don't know.
Was there a little bit of you? Was there a little part of you? Because I had a DM from a Sixers fan. You guys had your own thing with the refs in Game 2 against the Knicks in the Garden. Was there a little bit of you saying, "See, we told you so"?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, you brought it up with the whistle on Brunson. Brunson,
His whistle is unbelievable,
Brunson,
and he throws his. I mean, he's got to have some self-respect. Like I know it works, but fuck, like you're not getting shot every time.
he reminds me, not his entire game, but this part of his game.
Harden.
Not Harden. He reminds me of Trae Young in the way that, yes, he could get by somebody, but then he quickly slows down at the free throw line, puts him on his back,
Yeah.
goes up, elevates, and it's going to be a foul called every single time when he pulls up for that floater. So that frustrates me, and I did see it a little bit last night, and thankfully people were like, oh, yeah, he gets a lot of whistles because that was happening a lot in our series. The one whistle, I was looking at the play-by-play. I don't know if you guys touched on it, so I apologize if I'm repeating it. But after
Hey. It's okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wait. Are you okay with it?
I'll see what he says first.
All right.
Well, there was the moving screen on Miles Turner, And then when the Knicks got the ball back right after that and they were going to inbound it,
Yeah.
there was the
They
foul
fouled.
away from the play. Did you guys talk about that?
Oh, the technical?
Yeah.
No, I mean, he mentioned Jalen Brunson shooting the free
Icing
throw,
it from the
but
free throw
yeah.
line, yeah.
But that was probably the closest thing to a foul out of all those like egregious calls late. But still, very much a sell from Brunson. Immediately, right after making a bad call against the Pacers, the refs are like, okay, there's another call against the Pacers. Let's put them on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that technical, it was now a 2-possession game because the Pacers
Took all the drama out of the game.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
over. Yeah.
Even if they didn't call that foul, obviously the Pacers were just going to foul anyway when it was on the inbound, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been the technical.
And I want you to
and it would have been a
watch.
3-point game.
I want you to watch next time it's a 1-point game with 8 seconds left and a team has to get the ball in bounds. There's some criminal behavior going on as far as like, trying to get off screens, trying to do this, trying to, grabbing guys. Yeah. It was just the Knicks were going to get that call in that moment. Now that was a foul. That was definitely a foul. But I just don't think the illegal screen rose to the level of being called.
Back-to-back was tough.
I don't know if it's rigged. I'm working through it.
Well, we'll check back throughout the show.
I don't know if it's rigged, Brandon. I'll just say, if you want to make the case it's rigged, you do point to games like last night.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you want to make the case against it being not rigged, if you want to make the case against it not being unrigged,
I want to make the case against it not being unrigged.
if you want
If
to,
it's not unrigged, it's rigged. But it's a case
if
against
you want
it.
to, if you want to not make the case against it being not unrigged, then what you would say is.
Yes, go on. I'm with you.
No, if you want to defend the NBA and say like, no, it's not rigged at all. It's just these happen to be coincidences. One piece of evidence I would love to have is just like, can someone point me to instances where the team with the super duper duper star going up against the team that's just a good team,
Yeah.
where they get fucked. The team from the big city with the massive market going up against the small market team,
Mm-hmm.
the massive market gets fucked over and over again in a series.
Yeah.
It's just there's certain curiosities do seem to arise time and time again with the NBA where it's like, yeah, how many times do the Memphis Grizzlies play the Lakers and the entire series the Grizzlies get the favorable whistle?
That's never happened.
That's crazy how that seems to always work out.
New rule. Last 15 seconds of a one-possession game. No illegal screens called. Just let them do what they're going to do.
Let them do whatever they want.
Let them do whatever
they want.
Especially if it's close. Like it's, you know what? Get open. Figure it out.
Let them call their own fouls.
Let them call. You know what? Last 30 seconds of a playoff game, let them call their own.
It
foul.
does suck because investing 3 hours as a fan into a game, especially when you don't care who wins, and it ends in that way. And the only thing you can think about, the only thing you want to talk about is the refs. When it was such a fun,
Phenomenal game.
Phenomenal basketball game. The contrast of styles is so, this is going to be an awesome series.
Yeah.
To have,
I still think the Pacers are going to win this.
to have one team that plays nobody on the bench,
Yeah.
that plays a lot of iso ball. Another team that just moves the ball around like crazy, has a very deep bench, relies heavily on the bench. It's going to be fascinating to watch. Obi Toppin goes between the legs on a fast break dunk.
Yeah, that was nuts.
They were booing him every time he touched the ball. Is there why were they booing him? Just because he used to play for the Knicks? Like he didn't.
I did see some people, I don't know if they were from New York, but they were like, dude, why would you boo Obi Toppin?
Yeah, I thought like he's a New York guy.
Yeah.
It's not like he.
I'm confused. Is there any stopping Obi Toppin?
No, there ain't no stopping Obi Toppin actually.
Oh.
There.
Well, that might be one of the booing games.
He's.
Because they'd rather stop him.
Yeah.
But they can't.
They only booed him though. That was weird. Like boo all the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy used to play for you, I guess. I guess that's the reason why. But it's not like he demanded a trade, did he? He didn't.
No, I think
He
he
didn't
did.
talk a lot of shit on his way out the
right.
door.
I think he
Yeah,
did right
I
by the
don't-
Knicks. Now the complete and thorough opposite of what happened in New York. The Timberwolves are just beating the ever-living shit out of the
Yeah.
Nuggets. I mean, they beat them by 26. Whatever, that doesn't matter. They are what I say. They are depancing the defending world champion,
Yes.
They're also national champions.
national and
National
world
champions.
champions.
Now I'm gonna stop you right there. Some people say pantsing. You say depantsing.
De-pantsing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's
They put the
right-
pants on them first and then
I
take
think
'em
that's
off.
but I think a lot of people say
Pantsing.
you got pantsed.
I think pantsed is to pull your pants down. To de-pants is to pull your pants off.
To take them all the way off.
Yeah. Like if I pantsed you, I just pull your jeans down to your knees, and then we see we all laugh at your big old dick. Like, ha 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 ha! Look. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You keep doing this.
I keep making fun of you for having a big dick. I apologize.
God damn it, Brady. Told you that's off. Don't. What did Brady say? Don't fucking say that again.
Yeah.
Don't say that shit.
Don't say that shit. Yeah, don't say that shit again.
There will be no more Mark Titus big dick
Yeah,
jokes.
swear
on
to
this show.
God, if you ever mention.
Yeah, I think pantsing is pulling them down slightly. De-pantsing is just taking them off.
Yep.
Which is more humiliating.
More humiliating, more rare.
What is putting pants on? What if you're to
That's-
walk up? What if you're to walk up to
Oh.
someone? What if
that-
I tied you down, and I had Connor sit on your chest to keep you down, and I put pants on you?
Is that repantsing?
Yeah, but
Because I
don't know,
feel like
the
that's
repantsing has to come first, right? So then
So
repantsing.
I guess it would be pantsing, but then we'd have to rename pantsing.
Pre-pantsing,
Pre-pantsing.
pantsing,
Pre-pantsing.
and then repantsing.
Okay.
Well, pre-pantsing would just be putting underwear on.
That's
That's
pre-pants.
pre-pantsing.
That's pre-pants.
Yeah, because you got to do that before you.
Unpants?
That's
No, unpantsing.
Unpantsing. Unpantsing is, I don't know. It's all very confusing. It's like dusting.
Pre-pants?
What?
True.
Hold on. Continue with this. Dusting?
Yeah.
How-
When you're dusting, you're putting dust on, or you're taking dust off. Both apply.
When would you ever put dust on?
If you're making confectionery treats,
Mhm.
powdered sugar.
Oh, like a light dusting.
yeah,
of,
light dusting of making some French toast.
But if you
sprinkle some powdered sugar,
if
on
you
top.
spilled that powdered sugar on the counter, you would get a duster and you would
You
dust.
dust it off.
So you're dusting
you're
both.
dusting the powdered sugar.
I will just be goddamned. I will just be goddamned.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how we're getting back
Yeah.
to the NBA games after this. Oh, and for those wondering, watching, for those family members watching, we will be diving back into the tortoise and the hare later. I have some questions.
We're gonna break it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some further questions because I don't think we really explored that space as much as we needed to. So, is it possible?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see that?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in the building right
I think Kyle Filipowski's right over there right now.
now. He's in the the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Are you scared?
no, I'm not scared.
If
I'm not scared. You think he'd sign it? But
should hold on. He's out there on the court right now. Should we stop the show and go storm the court?
oh god,
Should we storm the court and see what happens?
I don't know why I thought you were going to say, "Should we go de-pants him?"
Should we?
Like no.
Yeah, we have.
Spin the horses.
I don't know.
The pants. Kyle.
I don't know if we're really doing content with him though, but we have.
They're out there.
We have a lot of.
We can't show
NBA
it.
They're
draft.
filming for Viva TV.
Yeah, we
They're
can't.
filming
Sully's
for
out
Viva
there.
TV. A lot of
Combine guys.
combine guys. Yeah, thank you, Brandon.
NBA Combine.
NBA combine guys.
I
Yeah.
was,
we have farmers out there on the combine.
I have a. I was here at whatever time I got here, 7:30, and then I was doing my morning shoot around, and I turned around, there was just a couple guys back there, and I was like, okay, cool, and I do them 20 at a time, and I did 20. I turned around, and there were like 8 guys back there,
Mhm.
and they're all like 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And I thought the NBA was coming to get me because I was hitting some shots.
Oh, you thought
I thought this is my moment.
You thought ballers just find their way to a gym with other ballers, really.
Yeah,
They
they really do.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
And they knew you were there, and they just gravitated to Brandon Walker.
Yeah.
They wanted to be around greatness.
Mhm.
What were we talking about? The Timberwolves?
So
I
when
think?
this series started, I think you were the first on this show to say it, but the Nuggets are going to have some problems with this team because
I said the
They're
Timberwolves
big.
were going to take the first 2 games and win the second one by 26.
I was
I
giving
think
you
you-
credit. I don't think you have to steal the.
Oh,
Just take the
Okay.
take the credit you deserve. Don't take it all.
sorry, got greedy there for a second.
Right. I set a pizza out on the buffet. You didn't take 2 slices. You took the whole fucking pizza. Yeah, this is an ass kicking. Now I have a take about Anthony Edwards, and actually Ebo put it on here. How do you say this? I'm going to try. Anthony Edwards is not Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant was not Michael Jordan. Ever since Michael Jordan stopped playing, we've been trying to find him. However, the way Anthony Edwards approaches the game, he scores on dunks and mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
Scores on a lot of dunks, a lot of mid-range. Well, that's how MJ did. MJ was dunks early in his career, and then later in his career, it was all mid-range. It was all back to the basket. It was all fadeaways. He does attack defenses. He's not. Nobody's as good. I'm not saying that. But in an era where everybody shoots 15 threes a game, he is kind of still in the middle of that court trying to make plays or making plays.
I think you might be wrong with the first point you made when you're setting all this up.
What'd I
You said
say?
he's not Michael Jordan.
Oh, is he?
I think he literally might be Michael Jordan. I think Anthony Edwards might literally be
All right.
Michael Jordan.
Time Machine or Freaky Friday?
I think what happened was Michael Jordan wrote a Star Wars murder mystery.
Okay.
Michael Jordan from the future
Yes.
wrote a Star Wars murder mystery where himself in the past has to go through the world between worlds to save himself
Yeah.
from his own murder. And now what he has done by doing that is he has created a world where you have future him and present day him, I guess, coexisting on the same timeline, and I think that's what we're seeing. And I think Anthony Edwards is Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan is also Michael Jordan.
I agree with that, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's clear as day what's going on here.
So when he was in the world between worlds, he decided to get off at 2024 Minnesota.
Yeah, he programmed it for Chicago, and it was a slight miscalculation. And
A little haywire, and
it bumped him north a little bit.
Is this all as far as the story writing?
Checks
Does
out.
this check out for you?
Yeah. No, this is great. Let's keep rolling with this.
No, I love I love the MJ comparisons with Anthony Edwards because everybody is so scared to do it, but then you're starting to see some media people that are
Dip their
like,
toe in the pool.
fuck it, I'll be brave. I'll
Yeah.
stick my chest. I'll say it. I'll say it. I think he's Michael Jordan.
I don't think he's the best player in the league right now. He's one of them. He's like probably a top. He's been a top 15 guy who's now becoming maybe a top 5 guy. But as far as the way he attacks defenses,
Yeah. Well, that's it right there. Is that for a long time trying to find the next MJ was just trying to find a guy who was as good as him. It was just trying to find a guy that
and then
is there someone who can dominate basketball at a level Michael Jordan is? What makes Anthony Edwards feel like he's Michael Jordan is just how he plays and how it feels like. Yeah, you're watching the movement on the court, the athleticism, the hanging in the air and finishing,
right.
the domination on both ends of the floor. Yeah, that's the difference because LeBron versus MJ has been a thing for forever now, but LeBron doesn't play like Michael Jordan. No point
Not
have
at
you
all.
ever
Not
at no
at all.
point have you ever watched LeBron James play and been like that kind of looks like a Michael Jordan out there.
But like Kobe
had
Brady and guys in the 10 years after Jordan were just carbon copy ripoffs.
Yeah,
They were just trying to be him. They were doing the exact same moves. They were doing, they would do the shoulder shake and the little fade away. They were doing that. We've gotten separation from that. The game has expanded, gone to the 3-point line. But in the midst of that, you have a guy who says, you know what, I can get in there and I can make plays at the rim. I can make plays and I can make 14-foot jumpers. I can make everything.
yeah. And then on top of it, he does kind of with the face, the side by side. He does kind of look like Michael.
Does he?
Jordan. You haven't seen that?
I'll find it.
You haven't seen that picture of the half?
No, I haven't
half
seen
of
that.
young
I haven't seen
MJ
the half.
and Anthony Edwards.
No. I bet it's similar though.
Yeah.
Since you're so passionate about it.
They-
Is this more about the Wolves being just this damn good, or I mean the Nuggets are getting embarrassed?
Yeah, the Nuggets are getting. I think it is concerning that the Nuggets threw in the towel.
Jamal Murray's breaking down.
Yeah.
He's
They
just
had-
mentally, physically breaking down.
They hit the meltdown button very fast,
Very fast.
very fast yesterday. That is concerning, but yeah, I mean the Timberwolves. Yeah, there's the picture. Look at that.
I will be just goddamned.
Yeah, you're being goddamned a lot on this show.
I will just be goddamned. I'm getting more southern as the show goes along. Well, some
Whoa,
bitch.
butter my biscuits. Is that something?
Not really. That's just something you Northerners say to make it sound like you're Southern because y'all the pieces of shit.
You always butter your biscuits.
First of all, You can't put enough butter on a biscuit. You can't put too much butter on a biscuit. Let me tell you something. You want a biscuit that's about yay big, and you cut it open, and you want it to where you can barely touch it, and it's steaming, and then you just cut that butter. Cut about 9 or 10 of them, and just put it in there, and then boom, right on top of it, and that shit's got to be leaking out the side.
And you let the biscuit do the work. You don't.
You let the biscuit do the work.
You don't spread it yourself.
No, fuck no. You let the biscuit and the heat do the work. That's what I'm talking about. I miss a good biscuit. Y'all don't make biscuits up here.
We should do biscuit day.
Everything doesn't have to be a day, Bo, but we will do biscuits. we will be.
And by biscuit day, I mean let's just do biscuits every morning for the rest of this.
All right, who's bringing biscuits tomorrow? TJ.
Megan will. Megan will bring biscuits.
Making money.
See, she's Southern. She will wake up at 6 a.m., make us biscuits, and bring them in. But then they won't be warm. They won't be hot.
It's tough.
Yeah, nuggets.
I before the series, when we were semi-previewing this,
Are you about to take the pizza again?
I did say that Carl Anthony Towns would have 27 and 12 in game 2. No, I'm gonna actually rip myself a little bit here, because I mentioned my concern with the Timberwolves was that they already played each other in last year's playoffs, and these felt like very similar teams. Now the Nuggets, as has been pointed out many times over, the Nuggets bench is not as good. Not having Bruce Brown, not having Jeff Green. I don't think the guys that they're bringing off the bench are as good as those two guys were for them last year. So that the Nuggets, in my estimation, have taken a big step back. And also Jamal Murray is like not the playoff Jamal Murray.
3 of 18 yesterday.
But a lot of Minnesota fans reached out immediately, and they're like, hey, you dumb bitch. You said that what's the difference between the two teams in this series, and you failed to mention that Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels last year were both hurt, and they did not play for the Timberwolves against the Nuggets. And, I'm going to go ahead and say that is making a difference, having those two guys. So I do think it's the Timberwolves are that defense is incredible. Like to answer your question, is this more about the Nuggets or the Timberwolves? I would say yes. I do think the Timberwolves are incredible, but it is very alarming that the Nuggets are at home the first 2 games. And didn't the Nuggets lose a game late in the season? Was it to the Spurs?
Yeah.
Where they squandered the 1 seed?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like losing their minds because they're like, you just blew the opportunity to have home court advantage all the way through to the finals. And that's so important for Denver because they don't lose at home.
Yeah. It was cute when they were killing the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's they'll be fine. They won in 5 games, and now.
But like home court advantage, like I remember it was, like home court advantage is so important to Denver that like I can't believe they fucked up having home court advantage all the way through the playoffs. This is going to come back to bite them. It's kind of not, because having home court advantage against the Timberwolves, they just now lost 2 straight games and gotten their asses absolutely handed. Gotten de-pantsed, gotten repantsed, gotten unpantsed.
Did they get pre-pantsed?
And gotten pre-pantsed, and then de-unpantsed. And then they were not repantsed. They were just double de-pantsed at that point.
Double D. Their titties in the
That was a
pants?
double de-pantsing.
Oh.
Double D pants. Your pants pulled down, you have boobs for D.
Since we, in fairness, it was when we had Embiid on bum watch. My God, that was a fun week, and he played poorly a few times in the playoffs. If I got a 2-time MVP, defending Finals MVP on my team, I'm going to need better than 5 of 13 shooting from him. When we're getting our ass kicked, when they're going out there, I need more than 16 points out of Jokic. I need more than 3 of 18 from my second best player. I need more than 4 for 12 from my third best player. Aaron Gordon's the only Nugget showing up right now.
Can a Finals MVP be a bum?
I am certain.
It's just an existential.
I'm certain Finals MVP have turned into bums before. I doubt the next year, and he's probably not a bum. But the question is, does he go on bum watch for the rest of this series? Can you just be a bum inside one series? Because Towns is working his ass. Towns at 27 and 12.
Yeah.
He's taking his ass to Towns.
Oh.
Wait a second. How come you're laughing?
Weebo.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
That.
That's a good shit. That's a good shit.
It's his name,
on
Brandon.
this show. We need more of that on this show. That's good shit.
Wait, guys. People say that Carl Anthony Towns is a dog in this series. He's just a cat, though.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
W. Connor.
Warner.
Back-to-back bangs.
Brandon, you go. Brandon, you go.
Do one. Brandon, you do one.
Let me look.
Come on, Brandon.
Just hold on.
Jamal Murray, more like Jamal Burr. He's cold.
Fuck yeah, dog. Hell yeah. Brandon, you go.
Brandon, you do one.
Reggie Jackson. Reggie, you ain't done jack, son.
I don't know. It's kind of played out. We kind of already
But that was the exact same.
exhausted all the.
Wasn't that the? Mine was even probably better.
Mark, I know the bit is to just like not pay attention to what he just said. That was a very good one, though. I really appreciate it. I really appreciated that one.
Connor
I have to break.
Connor, go with the fucking bit, man.
I can't. That was really good.
I have to break character. And golly.
That one.
I got to step across the aisle. I got to shake your hand, sir.
I want to shake his hand.
Shake your hand.
Come shake my hand, Connor.
Shake your hand.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a handshake, Joe.
I wanna... God damn.
All right.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
And I've seen this thrown around, and I think it's a very accurate way of depicting the Nuggets. Clearly, Nikola Jokic, going to be one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Is one of the best players in the league, if not the best player in the league right now.
Sure.
Best player on that team. Jamal Murray, by far, though, is the most important player on that team.
I disagree by far. I think you have to have both, and that's the secret in the NBA that nobody ever wants to admit. You whenever a guy looks like he's leading a team, there's always a second guy. So you got to have both. If you got neither, you're going to lose by 26. Now, Jokic, I think, is the more dependable guy. You're going to have him all the time. The worst case scenario from him, you're going to get 20, 10, and 8, right? Murray is the one that if he shows up and scores 35, it's happy, fun time. If he shows up and goes 3 for 18, that's when you're in trouble. So I don't think he is the most important player.
Okay.
Although I might have just made a case for him being the most important player now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jokic is passing out of doubles into the hands of Reggie Jackson, who should not be playing in the NBA anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. I mean, KCP's hitting the side of the backboard last night.
Mm-hmm.
MPJ.
He
was on fire in that.
What about Murray throwing the heat pack?
Also a towel?
I missed the I saw the clip, but I couldn't really tell the context. Was he spiking it and it slid out, or was he like actually throwing it out onto the?
I think he was pissed. And he's like, "God damn it!" And then, like in his mind, like halfway through the thing going, he's like, "Oh fuck, that's going on the court."
Yeah.
But
it wasn't. He didn't say, "I'm gonna now throw this on the court."
I don't. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. This morning I was shooting my 3-pointers, and early in my routine, I had a stretch of 3 straight going outside the gun, so I got really pissed. And I kicked the ball out of anger. I was like, God damn it, and I kicked the ball. And as I kicked it, it started going towards the giant Jumbotron. And I thought, well, God damn it, I might have just fucked up real bad. It veered and missed.
I was mad. I was not that.
I
I wasn't mad enough to where I wanted to break the Jumbotron.
Right. I think that's what he did last night. It's like, God damn it, I didn't mean to. I meant to throw that in anger. I didn't mean to throw it in anger over there.
Yeah.
DraftKings. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and so is the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Teams are knocking on the door of the conference finals, and DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered every step of the way with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. Don't miss out as the NBA postseason winds down. It's super easy to get started with DraftKings if you're a first-timer. Try betting on something like a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. It is that simple. Last night, I did hit the Pacers +6. There were some tense moments down the end. I thought the refs were going to let that get away from them, and the Knicks ended up dribbling it out. But if that had pushed, I would be a much angrier person today. And if you're new to DraftKings, you got to check this out. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code FAMILY. That's code FAMILY for new customers. Get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, so here we go. Let me lay it out. This is a very important sports scenario here. The tortoise wins the race, right? Like it was. I don't know how big the race itself was. Like, was this the main event of the forest? Was this huge? Was this just a low-key thing? Was it a minor league thing? I don't know. But the tortoise beats the hare. We've established that. Correct? It's an upset. Why didn't the hare get a rematch? Because you would think the hare would take the lessons learned and would absolutely just throttle the tortoise the next time. Like, it was just, why is it a one-game playoff? Why not at least a best of 3?
It's a fair question. I don't know. Maybe the hare didn't want the rematch. Maybe the hare
Too embarrassed? Do you
was
think
too
the hare
embarrassed.
just disappeared?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he had to.
What about other
He's
hares?
exiled from-
What about other hares? Don't you think they're sitting there like, when this guy isn't the best of us?
Yeah.
Well, it's because the hare made the challenge, right?
The original
Didn't
challenge.
Didn't the hare challenge the tortoise to a race
I don't know. I don't know how it came about.
and then lost, so he wouldn't get a rematch in that scenario?
Do you know that for a fact?
Let me find the story. Let's do story time.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Who challenged whom?
Who challenged whom? Should there have been a rematch?
Yeah.
How did we vote that hare? Is the hare to represent all hares?
A hare was making fun of the tortoise one day for being so slow.
Yeah, I mean the hare has
you
to
ever
be,
get anywhere?
Stop, TJ, stop. Connor, I'm going to need you to read this in your fairy tale voice, please.
Let me pull it up on my computer because I can't fully read it with the camera there.
Should we
Your
do fairy?
fairy. I want you to use your fairy tale voice.
Could we get some like?
Is that like you're
Mystical
reading to your
music-
kid at
music?
night?
No, that's like you're reading to a class of 4-year-olds.
Okay. You're sitting in a chair that's a little too
A
small.
little
for
too
you.
small.
Yeah.
Your knees
I
are up.
want you to, and you have to show the pictures after
Yeah.
every couple sentences.
Your knees are up and you're holding it like
Looking.
this, and you're making sure because you don't want the kids to see down your shorts. All right.
Could you see through my shorts there for a second?
This isn't about you.
Okay. I have it pulled up on my computer whenever.
Your fairy tale voice, please.
Yes. Should I go British?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like you got to go a little bit proper.
It's on you.
I didn't know if we were going music.
Why would we go music? I guess we're going music.
Yeah, that works. Thank you, TJ. The hare and the tortoise.
Is there an accent there at all?
But whatever. A hare was making fun of the tortoise one day for being so slow. Do you ever get anywhere? He asked with a mocking laugh. Yes, replied the tortoise. And I get there sooner than you think.
Stop right there. So I think the tortoise was being pretty sassy. I mean, it was just a innocent question. He didn't have to be that sassy.
I think Connor put the sass in there.
Okay. All right.
I think Connor is taking some creative liberty.
Connor, let the story be the story and don't put your own sass.
But I have to do different voices for the characters. And I figure the tortoise had more of a deep bass to his voice.
I don't think
Okay.
it was that deep, though.
All right, fine. I'll go deeper.
Okay.
All right. The hare was much amused at the idea of running a race with the tortoise, but for the fun of the thing, he agreed. Wait, what?
So-
the fox? There's a fox?
Wait. So the British is just out. We're just
Yeah, I'll throw in the British.
okay.
So the fox, who had consented to act as a judge, marked the distance and started the runners off.
This British guy was born in Philly.
The hare was soon far out of sight, and to make the tortoise feel very deeply how ridiculous it was for him to try a race with a hare, he lay down beside the course to take a nap until the tortoise should catch up. The tortoise, meanwhile, kept going slowly but steadily, and after a time, passed the place where the hare was sleeping. But the hare slept on very peacefully, and when at last he did wake up, the tortoise was near the goal. The hare now ran his swiftest, but he could not overtake the tortoise in time. That turned Australian.
It did.
Is that the end of it?
The epilogue at the end.
That was a very quick story. I feel like there's so many details that aren't
Race
there.
is not always to the swift.
There we go. Wait, does that even paint an accurate picture of the race? I don't even feel like the race.
It didn't even feel like it started.
Yeah, there's no build-up.
Yeah, that's the whole story.
Okay, well, I wanted to do more voices. I wanted to do the hare.
Are Aesop Fables mid?
They might be.
Aesop Fables is a sick fucking name.
What's the other one?
Aesop
There's a-
Fables
there's a
sounds
bunch.
like a dude that plays at like,
No, I'm saying there's like a competitor to Aesop Fables.
Wichita
right?
State.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dr.
No.
Seuss is the competitor.
What is Hansel and Gretel under?
Good question.
Is that Grimm's Fairy Tales?
That's Grimm. That's Grimm. Yeah.
Um,
Jack and the Beanstalk.
now, a lot of these didn't get famous. Like the Frogs and the Ox is not famous, right? The Stag and his Reflection.
Dude, these sound like
These are just animals.
these are restaurants, dude. These are like upstart restaurants.
The Fox and the Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah. You can get a
I've-
good glass of wine.
I've
in
eaten there in West Loop, dude.
The Boy and the Filberts. Who are the Filberts?
Make a joke about this one.
Oh, whoa!
The young crab and his mother.
How about
The dog, the cock, and the fox.
Make
keep
a joke-
going,
oh,
keep
dude,
going,
this
keep
one,
going.
this
That one, the one
Wait,
above
no,
it,
this
the
one,
one
this
above
one, this one, this one.
Oh no!
I love-
Oh no! Not the bundle of sticks.
No, no.
Oh no!
the bundle of sticks, and the sequel, The Ass and His Driver.
Aesop Fables, you crazy.
Hey, stop!
Hey, whoa. What the
Wait,
fuck?
The ass carrying.
Yeah.
TJ, that kind of
Kim
sounds like
Kardashian at the Met Gala. Right, fellas?
The ass and the load of salt.
The cock and the jewel.
What the fuck? Aesop Fables was.
Hold on. Let's the
Uh,
ass, the fox, and the lion. Let's look up. Let's look up the cock and the jewel.
The dog and his master's dinner.
A cock was busily scratching and scraping
Wait, hold
about.
on, hold on.
Okay.
yeah. A cock.
A cock was busily scratching and scraping about to find something to eat for himself and his family when he happened to turn up
The
a
cock
fr-
has Gus Johnson voice. Go.
Ah!
Go.
I don't do impression. Ah!
Ha ha! Said the cock. No doubt you were very costly. Great deal find you. But you can just basically do the aha and then.
Yeah. But as for me, I would choose a single grain of barley corn before all the jewels in the world. Well, that wasn't much of a.
You have to read the epilogue.
Precious things are without value to those who cannot prize them.
Yeah.
Tell that cock to shut the fuck up.
TJ, I think you did a producer tag for Aesop, where you were like, Aesop, you crazy for this one.
Aesop Fables.
yeah.
Aesop made
Aesop on the beat.
I need to hear that at the beginning of a rap song.
At the beginning of a poem. We need producer tags for poems.
I need to rap.
Hey, stop! You crazy for this one?
Aesop
bundle of
made
sti-
it.
The bundle of sticks. The ass and his driver.
All right, go back to the list.
The ass and the grasshopper.
The monkey and the cat, the dog and the manger, the wolf and the goat, the ass and the grasshoppers. Yeah,
The cat, the cock, and the young mouse. The sick stag.
the spendthrift and the swallow.
The ass and the lapdog.
Hey, now.
I wonder if the cock and the swallow ever get together.
Mischievous dog.
The boy and the nettles. The flies and the honey. There's too many fables. The bees and wasp and the hornet. The mole and his mother.
The fighting cocks and the dude. All these sound like restaurants to me.
The ass and the lion's skin. The cock and the fox is delicious.
I am curious what the lesson in the bundle of sticks is.
All right, let's see the bundle of
See the-
sticks.
I'm
let's
curious.
read the
I
bundle
just
of
want to know
sticks.
what the
Let's-
epilogue is.
Mm-hmm.
The bundle of sticks.
They just said bundle of sticks on Netflix the other night, right?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, love that.
Yeah.
We can finally heal as a nation.
Oh wow, a certain father. That just sounds. A certain father had a family of sons who were forever quarreling among themselves. No words he could say did the least good, so he cast about in his mind for some very striking example that should make them see that discord would lead them to misfortune. One day when the quarreling had been much more violent than usual and each of the sons was moping in a surly manner, he asked one of them to bring him a bundle of sticks. Then handing the bundle to each of his sons in turn, he told them to try to break it. But although each one tried his best, none was able to do so. The father then untied the bundle and gave the sticks to his sons to break one by one. This they did very easily. My son, said the father, do you not see how certain it is that if you agree with each other and help each other, it will be impossible for your enemies to injure you? But if you are divided among yourselves, you will be no stronger than a single stick in that bundle.
Aesop's mid. Aesop's mid. Aesop's mid. That's a bad story. That's just like
That's boring.
that's some no duh shit.
Yeah.
That's some no duh shit. Aesop on his no duh shit.
Was Aesop one guy? Who's Aesop?
Aesop made it.
Aesop, you're crazy for this one. Yeah?
I think I have to make a beat with just that, and then I'll play it on the show tomorrow. I got to try and figure something out with that. I got to hear it.
Gotta make a beat.
Just I want that standalone one sentence. I think
Now I want that in the
I just
song.
got to make a beat.
I want that in the song. I want the audio of you going, I just got to make a beat.
I just got to make a
He starts.
That's a good producer.
And then TJ goes, Aesop, you crazy for this?
Yeah. Add some reverb to it.
I just got to make a beat. Connor Griffin. All right, where else?
I wanted to talk about, or at least just acknowledge, the Kyle Larson win in Kansas yesterday. We ran out of time.
You know, so there's this picture on the prep sheet.
That was Lightning McQueen.
Mm-hmm. Sticking his tongue out?
Sticking his tongue out.
Yeah. So Ebo says Kyle Larson wins at Kansas and closest Cup Series finish ever. Now, there's often these topics, most unbreakable record in sports. I don't think this is breakable.
That can't be breakable.
I don't think you can win closer than this.
I know which one Kyle Larson is. If I didn't, I'm not sure I could look at that picture and tell you which one won. Like just the fact that I know Kyle Larson won and that Kyle
See the
Larson,
top car?
Yeah, he's in the 5, and I know that he's in the 5. That's the only reason I know.
Oh, he's in the 5. I would have said the 17 one in that.
Oh, the top. Oh, I thought you meant top is in the closest one to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did win. Okay. Wow.
0.001 seconds.
That can't be broken.
No, it can't be closer.
Can they?
Right?
So the question:
Can they tie?
Can they
Just
tie?
legitimately
Can they
tie?
tie?
I guess they could.
What happens if they could? Right? They could.
I mean, they almost did. He should have stuck his tongue out.
Yeah.
You think there's a tongue button?
Crazy. That would suck to lose a race that way. That would suck to lose a race that close.
God damn it! Don't do this.
I wouldn't like it.
Lightning McQueen had a tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
But, all right, several questions. Did it?
Yep.
Did he eat pussy? Would the car have?
He ate some muffler.
Did the car,
got in that muffler.
so does that mean the female car would turn over? Because the car can't really go on its back like.
I think you eat the oil change. And then
You go under the
if you're a
hood.
real freak,
Do you ever pop the hood? Do you ever pop the hood? See?
What did they do for sustenance?
They
they
needed
get
gas,
gassed
right?
up.
But do they eat with their mouth?
That's what I'm saying. Is the mouth just for talking? What's the tongue for? Does he have taste buds?
Why
on
would
the
he have a tongue if-
Why would he have a tongue to talk? I guess.
A tongue is useful in talking.
But does he have taste buds on the tongue? I guess not, because he doesn't.
I would think
they
so.
don't eat. But
Does
they
he ever
do they eat?
Isn't there a diner?
There's a diner.
There's a diner, right? So,
There's a diner.
but they need gas. Is that their? Connor?
Is gas just like getting an IV? Is that what's going on? They're not
Yeah.
really eating. They're just getting
Rehydrating.
some yeah,
I don't know.
getting some nutrients straight to the bloodstream.
In Cars, I don't know which Cars, Mater eats wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
They do eat food, it looks like.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if you're asking the question, instead of Lightning McQueen, what if his name was Lightning McFreak and he ate car pussy? I don't know. The answer.
I think forget about the food. Let's talk car pussy.
Yeah.
Let's talk car pussy.
Car pussy.
Yes, Connor, you look like you've been wanting to talk.
Well, I was just looking up to see how old Lightning McQueen was at the time of these movies. He was in his early to mid-20s. So you would think that would be a prime age for Cunnilingus. but maybe it was more of an acquired taste. And so it took longer. So maybe he wasn't eating it during Cars, but after Cars, in the epilogue, he developed an acquired taste.
When would you say the prime age of cunnilingus?
I don't know.
It is. When are the prime eating years?
That's a question for you guys. I mean, you guys are, older.
Yeah.
More. I don't know.
What was your pussy eating prime? I can see you thinking about it.
When did you peak?
Let's not get away from Cars. We have not explored the Cars universe nearly enough.
If Lightning McQueen, who's the chick in Cars?
What's her name?
The girl is that because I think there's a dude named Chick, right? Isn't there? Or no?
Yeah, the chick Hicks.
The girl.
I don't remember the first girl's name.
Where if she could
Sally?
have Lightning McQueen put his tongue anywhere, where's she asking him to put it?
I think she opens the hood.
She pops that hood.
Right on the engine.
Yeah.
Right? I think the engine is the pussy of the car.
Pedals.
He punches the pedals back and forth.
But how would he get
I think it's muffler.
Stick
I think
shift.
that you stick your tongue down the muffler.
not-
Got to feel.
that not her ass?
Maybe maybe she was.
Is she free? Aesop made it.
Hey, stop, you crazy with this.
Aesop made it.
Oh shit. Congrats to Kyle Larson. Big win.
You win.
Big win for Kyle Larson.
No, I'm sure these things come up in NASCAR.
Yeah.
They discuss car pussy.
Yeah, they've talked about it.
Yeah.
They're I think the locker room
Like
back
pit,
in the garage they've been talking about
pit
it.
crew guys
Pit crew guys talking.
have long thought where a car's pussy would be.
Yeah.
Like those guys are car guys through and through. Wow. Gilbert Arenas is doing God's work because it's about goddamn time somebody called out Rudy Gobert for missing a basketball game for the birth of his fucking child. Somebody tweeted this in response to that last night and saying old NBA players getting podcasts was the worst thing that's ever happened to this country. And I think it's the best and the worst at the same time because what?
I disagree with Gilbert Arenas, but also I will defend to my death.
His right to say it.
His right to say
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I won't defend. I won't do that. It's just something you say. I actually won't. I won't die for Gilbert Arenas' right to say that Rudy Gobert should be at the game.
Gilbert Arenas long known for his decision making.
I do love. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I do love. I actually love NBA players having
I do
I
too.
don't understand
it's
why
endless it's endless awesomeness.
the NBA is so weird to me. It continues to the NBA fans continue to just baffle me.
Also, every NBA player believes basketball peaked when he peaked.
yeah. But so I disagree with Gilbert. So like it's going to be hypocritical for me to say this, but the idea that I'm more speaking to your point that giving players podcasts was a mistake. It is weird that the dorks online that obsess over the NBA think like because Shaq's a guy who does this too, where Shaq says shit and people just go fucking crazy, and they're like, how could Shaq say that? How could a guy who's so good at basketball have some of the dumbest fucking takes when it comes to basketball? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to Shaq more than I'm gonna listen to the dorks on the internet. Is that okay for me to say? I can disagree
It's
with him.
fine.
I would
I'm
rather
gonna go ahead and pick the dorks on the internet, but
I would rather listen to Shaq. I would rather listen to Shaquille O'Neal say dumb shit about basketball than basically any other person on planet Earth, no matter how dumb he is, and no matter how much he's like talking about like guys or bums that are actually like best players in the world and all that sort of thing. Like I don't know. Maybe that makes me different than everybody. Apparently it does.
Mhm.
But basketball seems to have the only problem with this, or is the only sport that has this problem, where like the best players, the legends of the game, like the legends of the game are being told shut the fuck up by the.
Yeah. But I don't think they're being told shut the fuck up. But in this case,
They're being told don't have a podcast and stop talking.
I'm fascinated with NBA players.
I'm not talking about like Gilbert is still. I'm talking about the greater. This is something that happens
I'm actually
a lot.
fascinated
Like,
with it. Like the Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes podcast. I can't get enough of that. I can't get enough of their interviews with like Jason Williams, and I can't get enough of any of it. Like I'll hunt it all down. I'll listen to it. But sometimes when guys, I think, I don't know if they're giving the appearance or I'm just ball above everything else and team most important and everything. Like dude, you did bring a gun into the locker room.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you need to be talking about the decision making
crazy.
of attending your wife,
Yeah.
the birth of your first child. Like that's an okay decision to make.
Yeah.
At this point in somebody's life, and plus, maybe Rudy Gobert kind of stinks because they
They were fine without him.
they were fine.
They were fine without him. Yeah.
If they lose that game, is there an outrage?
I don't think so. I think even the most diehard sports fans will separate childbirth with playoff success.
Yeah.
Even the most crazed one has to do that.
If this was like 2 days after the birth and Rudy Gobert was like, I want to spend some time with my newborn child, which I actually think is fair.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, dude, do whatever you want. That's probably more important than basketball. I do imagine people would kill him for it, but it was the day of, right?
Yeah.
She had the baby in Minnesota.
And
I don't know.
has Scheffler's wife had that baby yet? Remember when he was going to walk off the Masters?
So there's a signature event this weekend. I do not believe he is playing.
Yeah, he's
Are you okay, by the way?
I just had to swallow some phlegm. I'm good now.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
swallowing some phlegm. I'm pro player podcast. I'm pro player.
I am too.
saying
I was
that
just
shit.
kind of saying that for
Yeah.
effect, for comedic effect.
No, but you're that's not a
There is a
that is a sentiment online. And I always see Shaq getting the worst of it for some reason. I'll
Arenas
just be
is-
scrolling through Twitter and they're just like people ripping on shit that Shaq said, which I'm not saying he's right or wrong. It's just like I don't know. I mean, he is Shaquille O'Neal, so I think him. Yeah,
Now we haven't gotten to the biggest news in sports.
go ahead.
Mrs. Met has ended her Twitter account
Mm-hmm.
and creates a couples account with Mr. Met.
Oh
Mhm.
no! Oh no!
Yeah, is this Chugi?
Chuki.
Couples accounts, yes.
Is Mr. Met what say that word again?
Chugi?
What
Tacky?
Like cringe shit for white people.
Chugi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Remember
sounds like
Barstool
a
Sports was called Chugi?
Yeah.
Were we?
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
You ever heard this word?
I did my best to ignore it when it.
Chugi.
Yeah, I was hoping it would go away. But
Connor,
Sorry.
you know this word?
Never knew the definition, but I had heard of it before. Yeah.
Tacky and cringe.
Is it like trying too hard, kind of?
My content is moving. For all updates going forward, please follow Mr. Met. Now, that doesn't say that. Well, I guess it does.
Well, if you click on Mr. Met's profile, it says Mr. and Mrs. Met.
But it still says at Mr. Met.
Yeah, but
People are saying that he's not letting her thrive with a social media career.
Now,
forcing them to do a couples
is he
account.
worried that she was out there using that account to
Yeah.
cheat on him?
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
That's exactly what
Have
she
you
was
seen her
doing.
ass?
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
You've seen Mrs. Met's ass.
I think, yeah, I've heard, no.
Yeah.
She got, okay.
She's got
So
she's got a dumper.
he's putting that thing
And-
under lock and key.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think Mrs. Met is getting a little
Yeah.
too much attention
Okay.
for that rear end of hers, and Mr. Met is like, we gotta clean some things up around this house.
Well, I hate to do it. I need to see Mrs. Met's ass. At 10:10 on May 7th, or May 8th, or May 7th, Brandon Walker has requested to see.
I'm gonna need to see that ass.
I'm gonna need. TJ, well,
I'm gonna.
that's in a.
She's sitting down. You can kind of see the.
I see the outline. Sure.
I mean, her waist is snatched.
Frank's replying to this.
Won't happen. Season will be canceled.
Yeah, she's So is Mrs. Met's ass just like the ass of the woman who's playing Mrs. Met, or is it like is it part of the costume? Is that the pants they put on have
yeah.
like a build out ass?
You have to have a. Yeah.
Thank you for asking this, Mark.
Yeah, you're welcome, Connor.
TJ, check DMs. Check DMs real quick. I just sent some more ass.
Oh shit!
I just
There's
sent
ass
some
in the
more.
DM.
More
Yeah.
Miss Met ass or
Freak
just
bro.
more ass?
Yeah, just
Got it up the sleeve.
Yeah,
We got freak, but
So
there was one last summer that had like 5,000
Oh!
marks
yeah,
on
her
it.
sitting
hey, stop you crazy,
Yeah.
Rizzle.
I don't know how you put that into a costume.
Well, you could just.
That has to be the woman playing Mrs.
Yeah,
Met,
like
right?
I don't know how you add butt implants to a like they do it for
Pretty
Mrs.
easily, I would say.
They do it for Mrs. Incredible at Disney World. I don't know exactly how they get that form.
So you're saying you don't know literally how they do it, or are you saying like you don't know what would compel
You
a
can't
man?
fathom a
You
world
can't
where they would
fathom
do
a
it?
world.
Physically,
this one.
I could definitely fathom a world. Physically, I don't know how they make the ass so round.
And I'm just talking about women in general. How do they do that?
No.
God.
That's biology.
Is Mr. Met concerned that by her Twitter account and her keeping her DMs open that she's going to be out there with any dude, or is he only concerned about other mascots?
Philly Fanatics.
Right. Is Blooper trying?
his line.
Yeah.
Is Blooper hitting that? Is what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah.
The Philly Fanatic got a pussy eating face.
Yeah, that tongue,
Yeah, we're
that
just
tongue
thinking
goes
that tongue.
crazy.
Oh boy.
All right, which mascots
Yeah,
do you think would
which
give the
mascot
best
would eat the
cunnilingus?
best pussy.
I think. Well, now we got to see the mascots because Philly Fanatics,
Line 'em up.
sure.
Line them up. Give me the mascots.
Um,
Give me the mascots. I'm trying to think of other.
it's gonna be
big
hard to beat the Philly Fanatics.
San Diego.
Oh,
no.
the bird might kill.
Yeah.
Looper doesn't have a mouth, I don't think.
No.
There's a lot of shitty
Clark the
mascots.
Cub.
Oh, how
Di-
Dinger.
Dinger's
Red.
putting his
Dinger.
Dinger's putting his horn in there.
Yeah, Dinger's getting in there. Slider's getting in there.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it? Dinger can spin his head? Is that what it says?
Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh no!
Doing tricks on it.
I mean, I don't have to say it about Slugger, do I?
Oh, Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie.
Bernie.
Bernie mustache. Right?
Mustache.
Oh, Stomper.
God damn.
Stomper's getting that trunk in there.
No, I still think Philly Fanatics won.
Yeah. The Friars watching from the corner.
That's Jake Mousak?
Yeah.
Fryer is
Cuck.
Raymond's kind of a freak, I think.
Yeah. Mr. Ed.
George Washington.
Oh.
Thomas.
Shit. The fellas.
All right.
All right. At what point did we lose control?
Mount Rushmore.
I think it was when you introduced Lightning McQueen's tongue, and we knew it.
You
said,
introduced Lightning McQueen's tongue.
well, as I in context, it
Right.
makes sense, and then you revisit it and you said you did the Brandon shift where you go. So Lightning McQueen's tongue, and then you paused, and I think we all knew what was happening to the show at that point.
It's a question that had to be asked. If it wasn't asked today, it
It had
would
to
be
be
asked
asked.
eventually.
It had to be asked. The Dodgers are winning the World Series.
Yeah, they're a buzzsaw.
They are the buzzsaw we thought they'd be.
Mm-hmm.
They are officially there.
I had one. more.
Okay.
No, let's do Dodgers. I'll write it down. We'll do it later.
No, they started out a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Elastigirl's pussy had to go crazy, right? like she's made of elastic.
Is that Mrs. Incredible?
More like not
Yeah.
going to last very long.
Are we not doing the thing anymore? Or were y'all?
Sorry, I got distracted by Blutman. What did you say, Ebo?
More like not going to last real long.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's the mom, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, I asked, he's not barging. I asked Blutman to be here today, and we will get to the Dodgers. I apologize for cutting that off. But I asked Blutman to be here today because we, as an organization, need to review his rehab start. He had a rehab assignment this morning
Yeah, that's right.
in Wake Up Mincy. Like Blutman, I guess, you went out there. You did your best. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was an interesting opportunity that I needed to really take advantage of and showcase my stuff. I think the fastball was there. I think the off speed was there as well. I think he was quite thrown off by the curveball of the breakfast I brought him, and that really took him for a loop. And he wasn't biting at first. Mincy didn't want to engage with the bagel. He didn't want to engage with the cream cheese. I made sure to kind of like nudge him and be like, Mincy, you're gonna make this bagel and you're gonna eat it. And eventually he did, but he was very cautious about it, and I didn't love that. I wanted him to commit to eating the bagel right away, and he wasn't with it.
So you christened your segment Breakfast with Blutman.
Breakfast with Blutman. I did not tell them that. No, I'm just gonna keep bringing them breakfast though, and we'll see what happens.
Are you going to change the breakfast every
Giving them
day?
the same breakfast every day would kind of be funny.
You
Well-
could bring in like different bagels every day.
We could figure it out.
So how do you feel the work down on the farm is going?
I think it's going well. I feel bad that I kind of interrupted Jake Marsh's interview, but there was nothing else I could do. We were running up against the clock of the show, and I needed to get in there and provide Minty with his bagel, with his breakfast, with the change of pace.
He did the right thing.
I think you did the right thing. Yeah,
Thanks.
great appearance. This is why we sent you down to the minors, so you
It means a lot.
you could get the juices flowing and
All right.
feel good. And
Well, now you got some reps in, and maybe one more rehab start, and we'll revisit the roster.
Yeah.
Maybe next game is like a promo night. Maybe it's bobblehead night, bobblehead morning rather.
How
T-shirt.
A wake up
morning.
Minty,
how would
Yeah.
how would that work?
like a minor league promotion, like
Yeah, like the Pelican bobblehead.
Yeah.
Pork roll day.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want to take care of that, I guess.
I don't know if I have the capabilities. I would throw it out there.
we could do. I could do dollar beer night on Thursday. I'll sell you guys beer for $1. I'll come to the studio and
This works.
and just
this
sit in the
plays.
corner and
Mhm.
yeah,
That or dollar dogs.
dollar dogs too. Dollar beer, dollar dogs.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Dollar
make a bunch
popcorn.
of dollar popcorn, just dollar
Dollar day.
dollar day.
Let's do the 999 challenge on this show. Yeah, that would be funny as fuck.
It would take me so long to get out of here.
That would take forever. for me.
Nine beers, 9 dogs at 9 a.m.
The third hot dog would kill me.
The third?
Yeah, dude.
What's the third 9? 9.
Innings.
At,
Innings.
oh,
So yeah, ours would be
9
9 a.m.
9 takes.
Oh, 9 innings. Well, that's easy. You're not even really doing that.
We turn we
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
that
Oh, you have until 9 innings.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're presenting it as though you yourself are playing the 9 innings.
We can do that as well.
It would be tough at 9 a.m., but I think it's doable.
So you can't start until the first pitch of a game. I'm vaguely aware of what the 9-9.
But I think we just
So
replace.
you go to a baseball game, you wait till first pitch of the game. Now you start.
Yep.
And you have to eat 9 hot dogs and 9 beers before
The end of the game.
the end of the game.
I think we just replace the time frame of 9 innings. It's 9 dogs, 9 beers at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.,
That's our third
yeah.
9, and then we just the length of the show, which is usually an hour and a half.
Now we're all doing this individually, or we're doing it as a team? Because I think even as a team, 9
I
would catch up to us.
I mean I'm good for 6 dogs. I can tell you that right now.
I'm good for 6 beers.
I'm good for no beers.
Yak
6
is
dogs.
not good for me for 6 beers.
I will get a very bad tummy ache if I have more than 1 hot dog, and I will probably miss the next show. So we should do this on a Friday.
2
so I
hot
have a
dogs would
full-
knock you down.
My tummy would be hurting. If I have more than 2 hot dogs, I will have to call my mother to come visit me and tuck me in and rub my tummy as I'm going to sleep
Blutman,
and tell me everything's okay.
good appearance.
Thanks, man.
How'd roughness go?
It was cool. Brandon was a good sport. Casey and Big F were good.
Now, people are I've had people speculate online that sending you to the minors, because there is a lot of confusion. You launched your new deal, Unnecessary Roughness, at the same time you're going to Wake Up Minty.
Yep.
For clarification, which one is the minors? And is it Wake Up Minty? Is it Unnecessary Roughness?
I think that's really up for you guys to decide. I'm just the guy that's being thrown around up and down these organizations. So
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a fair
Yeah.
question. I'm getting it a lot.
if
I'm getting
Brandon
a lot
would
of
like to chime in, I think that'd be helpful.
because people want to follow along with Blutman's, minor league.
The unnecessary
thing going
roughness
on right
is not
now.
the minors.
Okay.
It's the opportunity you've been
So
waiting
mostly
for.
sports is the minors.
Oh, yeah. So
Are you
Well,
trying to get on this roster or not?
I'm just very confused now.
I'm a bit Mitzi's the minors.
Yes.
yeah, but it is confusing for people because we said we're sending him to the minors, and now Blutman's popping up on 2 shows, and they
Yeah.
want to know which one's
That's
the
a
minors.
different version of Blutman. That's football
Okay.
Blutman.
Okay. Thank you.
This is just Blutman.
Okay. Thank you.
Football Blutman is major leaguer.
Okay. Cool.
Regular Blutman, minor league as hell.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
You're
that
welcome.
means
All
a
right.
lot.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
bye.
Blutman.
Have fun.
Okay.
By Blutman.
Hey, one more start, buddy. You'll be back up here in no time.
Thanks, man.
Brandon, you think Charlie Condon can break the college baseball home run record this year?
You're talking about Georgia slugger Charlie Condon.
Yeah.
What is the record?
I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
That's why I was asking, do you think he could break it? He's got 33 right now. That seems like a lot to me.
He's got 33. And this is what I don't. College baseball is weird. He started off as a walk-on, but in college baseball, There's a lot of
I feel
walk-ons
like there are a lot of walk-ons.
because they only get 11 scholarships. So was he supposed to be good? Did he get drafted out of high school? I don't know any of these.
Does baseball have a lot of avenues to college where scouting would make it difficult? Like some people play Babe Ruth, some people play Little League, some people play travel ball, some people play high school ball. I don't know if this is true or not.
I think it's like basketball now, where it's the AAU circuit has kind of replaced high school, and I think travel ball and select ball and all that perfect game stuff has kind of replaced high school. They still play high school.
Baseball's done what basketball has, where it's like become condensed to where if you don't go to this one summertime event,
all the elite kids are playing all the elite kids all the time.
Get pushed into the same pool.
Perfect game.
Yeah.
A lot of kids wind up going to just doing basically like combines. I forget what they're called, but they basically just go. You throw off the mound, you throw across short, you take batting practice, and that.
Yeah.
Showcases. You go to showcases.
Showcases. That's right. I don't know if he's going to break it or not, but what?
The BB core record, which is when they rolled the bats back, is 33.
33.
From
So
last year.
so I would say yes.
He's got 33 now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably
So
going to
he's
break
going
it.
to break the record probably. It would stand to reason that he will break.
Turns out he's
He will in fact break that record.
Is he going to be the number one pick?
I don't know. I think the baseball draft is still pretty up in the air. I don't think anyone is a solidified number one guy. Connor Griffin could go number one.
Well, we find out today if the who gets the number one pick in the NHL, right?
Do we?
Yeah, I believe.
So they do the lottery, right?
They do a lottery. I think that's today at 5:30
Lance Berkman once hit 41 homers this season, college baseball.
for TCU,
Rice.
Arizona State,
Rice.
They should
TCU.
do. I want to see NHL or NBA do a lottery, except mix it up a little bit with the balls. No, I don't need balls. What if we did scratch offs, and every team gets handed a scratch off, and then they go one by one, and they have to scratch it off, and then like show the camera.
What if we did the old school lottery where one person has to get stoned?
I like that too.
Yeah,
There should be one to make it really
to
feel
death,
like it's
not just like weed, stoned to death.
what they should to. Yeah, let's flesh this out a little bit because for it to really be a lottery, there has to be something at stake. Because when you play the Powerball, you have to put money up.
Yeah, you got to give something.
And when you lose something. You just lost $20. If you were buying a lot of tickets, you lost a couple hundred.
So what do the teams need to put up to be in the lottery?
I think one of the teams should get the last pick. I think there should be one team in the lottery that loses a lot.
I wouldn't say last pick.
There's one massive loser.
If you're the last lottery ball, no first round pick.
No first, you just lose the first.
No first round pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's now we're risking.
There's
something.
a huge winner and there's a huge loser tonight.
Or you
Who's it
could
going to be?
You could trade that lottery pick to a team like behind you, and they like take the risk of I'll come up and get in that lottery, but then they might.
Yeah.
We got some things here.
I like this.
Would y'all like to have a lottery on this show to see who gets stoned?
Also, whoa, hold on a second. Now hold on a second. Stop.
Whoa.
Stop. Hold on.
Whoa.
He's
hold
cooking.
on.
He's about to cook.
Folks. ASAP.
Would this fix no, it wouldn't. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, continue.
No, I was gonna say like the teams that if you're a team that wants to get into the lottery late in a season, you realize you're not going anywhere, and so you're like, fuck it, let's just punt on this season and get into the lottery.
We kill a player.
But now,
if
okay, so we keep the lottery all the same.
Yeah.
Where the worst team in the league has the best chance of getting the number one pick, the worst team in the lottery has the best chance of getting the last pick. So if you're one of those teams right on the cutoff, you're fucked because you're going to lose your first round pick.
Yeah,
probably.
Sure.
So there's a very strong motivation towards the end of the season, with 10 games left, to do whatever you can to not get in the lottery. But I guess they kind of done that with the play-in game already. The NBA's already kind of solved that, and I guess the NHL doesn't have that problem quite as much. That's why I said never mind. I thought I was onto something. I thought I had like a anti-tanking wrinkle there.
So somebody's gonna get Celebrini, Macklin Celebrini.
Go ahead.
The forward out of BU. Is any of this correct? Okay.
Be me.
Boston University.
Does
You want to be me?
hockey feel like they have a generational prospect every year? Like I feel like every year.
Yeah, but
I'm
Gavin
hearing
McKenna's
from-
coming, buddy.
Yeah,
Gavin
they've done
McKenna's
I think hockey's done a great. You're right, but I think they've done a great job because I have been drawn into that.
They usually hit, right?
How many generational prospects can there be, though?
Yeah, they followed the
All right.
basketball.
Matthews.
Austin Matthews, Eichel was
McDavid,
one, Connor
Eichel.
McDavid. But these guys are all good. They're really fucking good.
Yeah, but
Connor
If they're
Bedard-
all good, then they're not generational because then they have to be better than all the other ones.
This is what the NBA does, and they figured it out. And so the NHL is like, let's do that too. Let's make every single guy be.
Like, when was the last baseball generational prospect? Like, Bryce?
It's Jason.
Isn't
Dominguez,
the
right?
alien or the guy for the Yankees who's apparently 30 now and is never going to play for the Yankees? Where is he? He just disappeared from Earth?
He played in September last year. I think he's in Double-A.
I have no-
Okay. Yes.
Celebrating, yeah. Everything you said was right. He's only 17. It's crazy.
Damn.
That's about right.
Wild.
2006.
Damn.
To make you feel old.
Yeah, just 7 years younger.
He's gonna be the number one pick.
Yeah.
And he is going to the Columbus Blue Jackets.
It's either the Sharks, the Blackhawks. It's
The-
most likely Sharks, Blackhawks, maybe Senators.
You can't go to the Senators. Where's he from?
He is from
He plays at
Canada,
BU.
Mm.
but I don't know where exactly.
17 and he plays in college.
North Vancouver. Yeah.
That's where Bedard's from too. Is that where everybody's from? Because isn't that where Gavin McKenna? He's the next one, by the way. He's like 2 years away, and
He plays for Medicine Hat.
I don't know.
Oh.
Don't bring up Medicine Hat.
Paul Skeens.
I wanted a jersey.
Yeah.
DMing me and saying, "Can you prove that your dynasty player actually played at Medicine Hat? We'll send you a jersey if you can.
Probably wanted it for social.
Send me a fucking jersey, dude. Relax. I mean,
He does play for Medicine Hat.
good. Are they the Tigers?
You knew. You know the name.
Why are you the judge and jury all of a sudden?
You're trying to be all petty. You know that. You know what their name
know.
is.
You know.
You're trying to belittle them and be like, oh, I don't even care. I don't even know what their name is. You know what their name is.
Oh shit!
That had some heat
You
on it.
just almanac him?
Yeah, almanacked him.
You almanac the shit out
Don't
of him.
sass me in front of all these people.
Just getting knocked.
Yeah, you just got.
I'll knock you again.
Just knack the shit out of him. I'm with you, Ebo, but for some reason, hockey. It's probably because I know less about hockey. So like
Yeah.
I am the target audience for that shit, for the hype of hockey players. That does get me to care more
Yeah.
about hockey. When
They
you
have to
tell
make
me-
a loud noise. We
Yeah,
got another
they make
one.
a lot. Yeah, and I'm paying attention now to Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews and Connor Bedard and
But I'm so in on
Nate
Connor Bedard.
McKinnon and who else? Who are name some other hockey players that are?
Wayne Gretzky.
No, he's old.
Kachuk.
He's up next.
Brady Kachuk.
Kachuk.
There's two Kachucks right now.
Yeah, I learned that on Saturday.
There was a dad Kachuk, and there's a Senator Kachuk and a Panther Kachuk.
Yeah, I was talking to Malisek about this. Like, I don't think I could name a player on every single NHL team.
Well, you're about to
Winnipeg,
try.
Winnipeg Jets. Can you name one?
Draisaitl. No, he's an Oiler.
Name an Ottawa Senator. Is
Brady
Kachuk.
Kachuk. Yeah,
Bobrovsky.
Seattle Kraken.
nothing.
Cam Atkinson.
Canucks.
Nothing.
Seth Jones.
He's a Blackhawk.
Blackhawk.
Mike Jones.
Come on, Brandon. You can't. That's fucked up, dude. Come on, dude. We're just trying to figure out what teams these guys are playing for. And you're
You're such a piece of shit.
shit about Seth Jones. Like, I mean,
Dallas Stars.
You know
Ottinger.
uh,
He's the goalie.
Flyers.
Hayes, who doesn't play there anymore.
Foligno.
That's a Blackhawk too.
Um,
Oh, I see. You're just naming. You know what? In the goddamn show.
no, I actually what I was doing was naming former Blue Jackets
Oh.
players that I knew from like 7 years ago. All right, we can end the show. Oh, Pat Riley was talking shit. That was cool. I
think he's right.
I like that too.
I mean, he said if you're not on the court playing, you should keep your mouth shut. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like Jimmy Butler, like you're a warrior. You're a guy. You're not playing. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I love it.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
All right, I think that might be it.
Do one more ASAP, TJ.
Aesop made the Fable.
I don't think the NBA is rigged. I think I was just emotional,
Yeah, it happens.
but also it might be rigged.
It could be.
If there is one league that's rigged, it's the NBA, right?
WWE.
Yeah.
WWE. is
I
probably
mean,
that.
all right. Let's not spread rumors. All right.
The NBA would be the most rigged, but
It would be the easiest to rig too. I think basketball is easier to rig than football.
Jalen Brunson had 43, 6 and 6. He's so good.
I got to go look up.
All right. That's the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
That's how ball's done.